Hello everyone and welcome to part 3 of the Definitive Wrestling Toy Belt Collection. Today we are looking over the ECW titles, which there's only 3 of, but I have a nice custom one, so we're going to be looking at 4 of them. So this is the first one, and this is what's called an event exclusive belt. This one wasn't available in the shops. This one you could only get from showing up to an event. And if we look at it, it's very different. This isn't Jakks, this is entirely different. This is made of a much softer foam material. These plates are metal instead of plastic, and as you can see they're coloured. Oh, I hit the camera there. And this one has 5 plates rather than the usual 3. So it has these back hardcore ECW title plates on them. And as you can see, these event exclusive ones, they've always got these markings on them. It says warning, do not wash on the left hand side, and on the right hand side it says made in the USA, and that is the only distinguishing marks of them. You can see that this part here in the back is sort of bubbled out a little bit where the parts come from. So this is a very rare belt to get hold of, very difficult to find in good condition. And a lot of people will mistake this for the Jakks Pacific ones, which we're going to look at in just a little bit. But I think this was WWE. This very well could have been an ECW event exclusive belt. I'm honestly unsure. But it looks like the WWE event exclusive ones. But it could be very well be that ECW just hired the same people to make an ECW variant. There's nothing on it that says WWE anywhere, just says hardcore ECW wrestling, but then there isn't anything that says WWE on the other one either that I can think of. So let's take a look at the next one, but this is the event exclusive one, very rare, very hard to come by, and that is number 15 on our list. Number 16 is the Jakks Pacific ECW. So as you can see, this one has the purple writing at the top. Now there's 3 versions of the ECW World Championship. There's this one that was just plain gold. There was the previous one that you saw, which the gold parts were coloured in black in between the cage area. And there was another one where it was black around these parts here, but the inner part of it was gold, and that was the style when Vince McMahon won the championship. So let's take a look at the full belt. As you see, it's your basic Jakks Pacific version. This is 2007. It says World Wrestling Entertainment on the back of it, so that's how you know that this is definitely WWE. And all rights reserved 2007 Jakks Pacific, all rights reserved made in China. It says all rights reserved twice for some reason. And also it has this weird serial number across here. Don't know what that's about, 1318SG. But now I get to compare this version with my own custom version. So my custom version, basically all I've done is I've painted in these little bits black myself. So you can see how much detail goes into this. And you can also see that it says Taz across here. And all of these versions do say Taz along the side. And it's Taz with 1 Z, which is very strange because when Taz came into WWE, he had 2 Zs. And also I don't remember Taz in WWE ever winning the WWE ECW Championship. So that's very strange. So this is the variation. As you can see, black across here, black along all these little inside bits, and you can see how it really brings out the detail of the title belt. So obviously this is not an actual title. This is just, I had 2 of these belts and I customized one myself, but I honestly prefer this. I think this looks a lot more like the original, which we can compare it with the original. And you can see here that this is what they were going for. But as you can see on the original, it doesn't say Taz across here. So I think that this, when it was initially made, was probably made for ECW. At least this plastic shell part was made for ECW. And it was while Taz was the champion. And then WWE obviously bought it over and made it their own version. And of course, when they did make their own version, they also made their own version of the ECW Championship, which this one is mostly associated with Mark Henry, the world's strongest man. And this is number 17 on our list. As you can see here, it has the WWE logo all over it. WWE logo here, WWE logo right in the centre, WWE logo here. It still says ECW across the front of it. And this one, it is made by Mattel instead of Jakks. You can see it has this fabric background to it. And it has the little plate here. It says trademark 2010 WWE Inc. China and copyright Mattel Inc. So this is when WWE started getting titles made by Mattel rather than from Jakks Pacific. As you can see, this part doesn't actually fold all the way over, which makes it a little bit irritating for this bit here. This one still has the bit on it here, but that would just connect onto there. But if you do that properly, then it sticks like that. So I'm happy to just leave it so that it can lie flat. So that is going to be it for the ECW title belts. I have seen images, but I've had no information on it. I've never seen them for sale. That there was event-exclusive versions of the ECW titles, and there was 4 of them. I believe it was the ECW World title, the TV title, the tag title, and a hardcore title, or was it a cruiserweight title? Can't remember what the 4th one was. But if anyone has any information on those, and if anyone has any of them for sale, then I'm very interested because they are parts of the collection that I'm missing. But once again, those are just rumours, and I don't have any solid information on them. Once I do get solid information, they'll be added onto the list because this is the Definitive Wrestling Toy Belt Collection. And yes, and once again, I would love to collect every single one of them. There's 3 of them that I'm missing. We haven't come across the ones that I'm missing yet. Well, we did come across the TNA tag titles, which I'm missing. But yes, we'll come across the other ones later on. I do actually quite like this design. You know, it's nice, kind of like Phoenix. I think the reason they went with a Phoenix was the whole idea was that they're trying to bring ECW back to life, which is quite hilarious considering that the WWE ECW is what killed ECW. Paul Heyman himself saying that he really was not happy with the franchise considering he was the one that made it. So that's going to be it for this video, folks. I hope you all enjoy, and we'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.